Hi there, my name is David Peters. This is Tony Jackson. Welcome to my Facebook Live. This is episode 1 of Mindset Mastery, and I couldn't think of anybody better to have on episode 1 than Tony Jackson, my good friend. And we met years and years ago. Tony is an entrepreneur. He's an author of Prison Sentence to Purpose Driven is the title of his book. And I'm going to be asking him some questions, interviewing him in front of you guys so that you guys can meet Tony. You can follow him on Facebook. You can go get his book. If you know people that are that have experienced some of the stuff that Tony's going to talk about, then you can pass this book along to them and help them. So we're excited to be able to talk to you guys about this. And so if you get value out of this, share this video. If you have questions, put the questions in the comments and I'll flip through towards the end of the video and we'll answer some of your questions. So Tony, tell people a little bit about you, and then we'll go back and learn kind of your story, your background. But tell everybody just a little bit about you right now.
Okay. Married to Corian Jackson, my lovely wife. Got 3 beautiful daughters, 31, 26, and 21. And 4 grandchildren, 3 boys and 1 girl. Business owner, own my own truck, author, recovery coach, a man of integrity. You know, I love to help people. My word is my bond. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Don't have to worry about that. Absolutely.
And we proved that today, didn't we? Yes. We had some technical difficulties. We tried 3 or 4 times to get this live to happen and couldn't get it to happen. Power went out at the house. Well, I drove 36 minutes to meet Tony here, and Tony met me, and we're going to give this live to you guys so that you guys get value out of it. So if you're getting lots of value, hit the likes, hit the hearts, and show some love for Tony. So Tony, you're an entrepreneur, author, got a good family. Where did we meet? Tell them where we met, how we met.
Well, we met through BU community. That's where we met, and we started our own little group, Hope Dealers.
Yep.
And we started doing videos, and we built a relationship. Even after our breakups, we still was friends. You know, no matter what, we still called each other and checked on each other. You know, I consider you as a friend, somebody that I can depend on no matter what time of day it is. I know if I'm in trouble, if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I know if I call you, you'll be there.
Absolutely. That's a compliment for sure. Thank you. And I know the same for you. You know, I know you'd be there too. I know you're solid. Breathe University. I wore this shirt. Me and Tony met. Breathe University is Eric Thomas's mindset, motivation, education course, and Tony and I both we hit it off. Tony invited me to one of the local get-togethers, and that's how we met. And so, you know, I think that people that are alike, they kind of just are attracted to each other because you do the same stuff. You know, we're involved in that community, that entrepreneur mindset community, and man, I got so much out of that community. I loved it.
Yes,
I loved it. And so your book, Prison Sentence to Purpose Driven,
right?
Take us back to the Tony, like the Tony that was making the mistakes, the Tony that you know, and tell us a little bit about that Tony, so that we can kind of take a trip from where you were to where you're at now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to my high school, David.
Yep.
Dropped out of high school in 11th grade, and why I did that was because I started hanging around the wrong people. I wanted to fit in, so I started hanging around, you know, the wrong crowd. Then I got introduced to marijuana. You know, when I became a junior, I was just going to school a half a day. and I'm passing and everything. And I just started skipping school just because I was smoking so much marijuana. And eventually, I dropped out of high school. Mm-hmm. And my plans was to go get my GED. But the same thing, I never did follow up. And once I quit GED classes, they led me to the streets. And I started selling crack cocaine at a young age. You know, I was making a whole bunch of money at this time, maybe $1,000, $2,000 every day. So life is good, you know. Young man making that kind of money. I got to buy what I want to buy.
You got the whole world.
Yeah, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm untouchable. Mm. And man, during that time, I graduated my drug use. Mm-hmm. You know, I was smoking marijuana at first, and then I started putting crack and marijuana together and smoking.
Yeah. So it just got worse and worse.
Yeah. And man, before I knew it, I had a $500 habit.
So how about your family life back then? How was that?
Family life was good. I was an only child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I had to get my parents down. They just couldn't understand why are you doing this? You got everything you want.
Yeah.
And this the lifestyle you choosing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think made you choose to start smoking weed and start making money like that? What do you think made you make that choice?
The peer pressure. The glamorous life.
Yeah.
Wanted to live that life. I don't know if you remember the movie New Jack City.
Yep.
It was out at that time.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted to be like Nino Brown. That's the mindset that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was instant too.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the instant gratification.
Right.
And the crowd, you said, so peer pressure. The crowd that you were hanging with was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Were they? I assume they were doing heavier stuff than you were at the time. You just kind of fit into that crowd.
Well, first I was selling drugs and I was around certain friends. But the more I hung around other people, the more I got engaged with doing my own thing. But they were doing drugs also.
Yeah.
But that's how I escalated to a higher drug.
Right. And so you were an entrepreneur back then.
Yeah.
Just the illegal kind. Right. And so I think that's been the case for a few people that I know of, few success stories that I've heard of. They were an entrepreneur, but the kind that got arrested. They were doing things that would get them arrested. And so what happened? What was the result of that lifestyle for you?
Well, eventually I ended up getting busted. I sold to an undercover twice. Mm-hmm. And during that time, I also caught a possession case.
Right.
And I ended up getting a 10-year sentence the first time.
10 years.
Mm-hmm. Went to prison for about 13 months.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I was in prison, man, I never did educate myself on nothing.
Yeah.
I would have dropped out of high school. I didn't try to get my GED. I didn't try to get no trade. I wasn't reading no books. I wasn't doing nothing. The only thing I educated myself in was getting other people's phone numbers where I can get some connects when I got out. Because I was going to sell drugs again. I thought that I was going to live this lifestyle for the rest of my life. That's all I did when I was in prison.
Yeah. So you were getting set up to hit it hard again when you got out. And what happened? Was it while you were in prison, or was it when you got out of prison that made you realize what was the fork in the road that made you decide not to do that?
Well, let's slow up a little bit.
Okay.
When I got out of prison the first time, I only stayed out 6 months.
Okay.
And I went back to prison again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this was the first time in, and then you went back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, when I went the second time, I was tired. I was taking my family through a lot. I had lost relationship with my children, and people didn't look up to me no more. I wasn't the same person, and I said, I can't keep doing this. And this time when I went in, I wouldn't get nobody's numbers.
Yeah.
You know, my mindset had changed a little bit. I didn't get my GED then, but everything was a little bit different. And when I got out the second time, that's when like the light bulb, I thought the light bulb was going off, but it didn't.
So the second time you thought that you were going to change and you didn't. So you got out, and then what happened?
Well, I got out and I got me a job. And I said, you know, this time I'm going to just quit hustling. I'm not going to sell no more drugs.
Right.
But the mindset, David, said I can get high every now and then. And see, that's what the crack cocaine does, is play tricks on you. And I thought I can just get high every now and then. And then before I knew it, I was back full blast.
It wasn't an every now and then thing. It sucks you into it.
See, well, one thing you have to understand about addiction is when you stop and you go back and pick that drug up, it's like you ain't never stopped, man. Cause I was back, I was at that train again. I was at the train. Before I knew it, I was doing everything.
Everything all over again.
All over again.
And what happened next?